Good morning. A Saturday once again. How a physically fit body is controlled more by a very healthy mind. The role of a physically healthy mind, I would rather say today, matters to keep our bodies fit. Now, why are we talking about a fit body and fit mind? Because in any field of our work today, be it in our academic life or be it our professional life. I have been talking about both these subjects. Both these aspects matter, they balance each other. They are required to make us function in better than normal conditions. Yes, today the role of a physically fit mind and a physically fit body together play an important part in how a person succeeds academically or gains a position in their respective professional fields. Your strength, your stamina, your endurance. These are your physical aspects, and these are taken care by exercise. Your happiness, your cheerfulness, your camaraderie, these are taken care of by your mind. Then there is the emotion of fear. Yes, when we are frightened, we kind of tremble. It's the same case with our brains. Our brain starts shaking. A shaky brain cannot do very well. Another thing that happens under emotional situations is tiredness. Where does this tiredness come from? Because nowadays, let's say if you talk about professional lives, you will hear about people, talking about cardiovascular diseases. I'm using this cardiovascular disease as a word because it is related to the heart. I'm not talking about heart problems. I'm saying cardiovascular. Stress, like I just spoke, causes deposits along our arteries, especially the ones leading to our hearts. And the heart is the life force of our body. And more young people are getting heart attacks. More and more young people are going into depression. Don't you hear people around you say, "Yeah, I am actually not feeling fine. I really need a break. I need to take a holiday." Why? Each day is a holiday. You need to learn to live a holiday while you work. Why? Why does a holiday just have to be when you go out? I mean, I am into travel. I'm not saying no, people should not take a holiday. Please do. Otherwise, we will, be losing a lot of business. But what I mean to say is, even when you're on a holiday, let's say you want to enjoy that day, what is the basic requirement? If you're not able to get up on time, if you're not able to walk around, if you're not able to enjoy the scenery, if you're stressed or if you're in pain in some part of your body, how will you enjoy your holiday? Can you? No. So it is the same thing in your work day. And that is what I say, happiness. Where does that come from? When everything is happening on time. And how does everything happen on time? When we have the capacity to be able to complete these things. That is with our body, that of physical strength. What is driving the physical strength? That is our brains. So, what does the brain require? That is the big question. So, what is true? The truth is that a mind plays an important role in the body. Just like if you take a student would study but not study very hard or not focus properly unless there is a goal at the end. A student might probably want a great rank, a student might probably want to stand on top of his class or his university. So, there is something driving Similarly, our body is driven by our minds. And why would our minds drive our body? That is a big question. It would drive only if we know how to control this very mind. And what do we mean by control? By control, our mind not only does, the neurotransmitting functions of telling each and every body part to do something or function in a certain way, our mind also has a human aspect, and that is called our emotion. Yes, the state of our emotions is called the state of our mind, and if our emotions, let's say, are very, very balanced, are probably the easiest word to use here is happy. If our emotions are, vibrant, if our emotions are positive, what happens in that case? In that case, our body gets driven really hard. And to drive it really hard, we need to make sure that our body is very, very strong. Now, let's say we have emotions of anger. It causes a burning sensation. Yes, it drives our blood pressure high. You can actually feel it. Your cheeks are red, sometimes your ears go red. You sometimes get a very, very spinning kind of a feeling in your head. And so much of energy is actually utilized and wasted in getting angry that if one has to notice before anger and after anger, the period, one will feel tired. And anger is not a very happy emotion or a very normal emotion. Once a person is angry and is over with, it does not just go away. That anger keeps playing in our minds. Yes. And it later leads to stress. Another thing about students is campus life. There is so much happening. Be it school life. Even in school life today, there is so much happening. So, if so much is happening, how do you cope with it? More and more these days, we are seeing students who are having a weight problem, obesity. Earlier it was a problem in America, now it is becoming a problem in our country. Why? The easiest answer, junk food. Arey fine, junk food, digest it. Everybody has a digestive system. So, I am not saying eat junk food, but I am saying that junk food is not the reason for fatness only. Because our body, its metabolism is supposed to be burning fat. In earlier days, people used to say, what is the big deal? Eat healthy, work hard. That is applicable even today. And today we should actually have the capacity to be able to work hard with so many techniques available. Like when people are playing cricket, one doesn't have to actually hit the ball hard, but has to hit the ball in a proper technical way using their wrist or using their foot movement to get the maximum impact. It's the same way with our body. 1 hour or 1.5 hours of exercise is like really, really good. That is for sports people, that is for, workout athletes and stuff. Otherwise, a good half an hour to 40 minutes of workout for a normal human being is more than sufficient. More than sufficient. But that is not just more than sufficient, that is actually very, very important. And as a student, you begin to learn that yes, exercise is very important. People often learn about emotional health or well-being at a much later age. I usually tell people, please, really start soon. Breathing is the most basic, simple activity students can learn, which is the beginner mode of meditation. For adults, for people of, older ages, I do not mean old people, I mean once you have finished with your school and college, once you have started working, once you are into family life, then it is actually proper meditation. And once again, a 15-minute to half an hour meditation a day is like a capsule given to our brain. I have spoken about the mind gym before. What makes our brain work better? The brain works better the way we train our brain. Like we train our bodies, we have to train our brains. The exercise our brain does makes it do very well in transmitting orders to the body, makes it do transmitting of orders to the heart, that is our emotional health. If our emotional health is good, we will not have stress. If we don't have stress, we will be, I am literally telling you what most big universities running programs on psychoimmunology, physiotherapy, mental health, wellness clinics, they all talk about the same thing. The biggest cause of pain is stress and lifestyle problems. So, if we are not stressed, we will usually not be in pain. We will usually not be diabetics. We will not usually be heart patients. We probably will not have digestion issues. We will be happy. We will be healthy. When we are happy and when we are healthy, our mind is more clear in taking decisions. Let's say there is an accident around us. Let's say there's a fight happening around us. Let's say there's a calamity. A person with a healthy mind and a fit body will be able to deal with all these situations in a much better way than an ailing person, an unwell person. And that is very, very true. Once again, it is about the way we manage our time. Once our time management is in order, our health will be in order, our emotions will be in order. But let's say if we are not well, let's say if we are in pain or if we are into any illness, and like I said, most illnesses are caused because of lifestyle hazards. Very few people actually get sick, because of normal circumstances. Everybody has the capacity to fight, that is the immunity system. So, how is our immunity system not working? How is it that we are getting unwell? It is because our thought process is not in control. Emotional health is a very, very popular subject which people are studying about. And let me tell you, they have had tests on students, even here in India, even abroad. Let's say a student has the potential to reach the top 100. If the student is not emotionally healthy, he will not reach the top 100 under any circumstance, however hard he or she studies. They will usually reach the top 500. The brain is there, the capacity is there, but the full potential, the optimal use, the proper use of the person's brain along with the body is not possible. It is the same. Let's say a person has the capacity to reach the level of top management, a CEO or a vice president, or let's say a CFO or some great position in, as I'm talking about, a multinational company or a public limited company. The person usually doesn't reach beyond managerial levels, is floating in that, aimless ground where he is not a worker, she is not a regular executive, but is not also at a superior post, like you say, what I spoke of now. Why? Why is that? And it is usually these people who you will find are the ones who are having health problems, who are getting fat, or who are having, some kind of cardiovascular troubles, usually some or the other chronic pains, Why? Because I know it is a very, very funny thing to say, because they are not, doing their meditation. Actually, yes, they are not doing their meditation. I was just talking to this colleague of mine. She's a very, very, beautiful performing colleague, but her body language doesn't have the confidence. And I gave her this tip, and this was very, very recent, that I said, please, just since you are so closely working with me, you must have seen a few of my videos. And while I was talking to her, and while I was talking to her about the meditation part and the breathing part, her body language changed completely, and I made her notice it. This is what I'm trying to stress. Up karke dekhiye, try doing it. It makes a difference. The role of emotional well-being, emotional fitness makes you work on your body, because once you are a happy person, you will have things to do. You will have goals in life. You will be successful. If you are successful, you will want to look good, so you will work on your physical health. The moment you have these things, people will be your friends. People will want to talk to you. People will want to be around you. कौन नहीं चाहता है प्राइम मिनिस्टर के साथ, या लेट्स से एक सेलिब्रिटी के साथ डिनर करना? What is it? What makes a person a celebrity? Usually आप देखोगे, unless it is a particular role, most celebrities are very healthy people. Why? Even they have 24 hours in their schedule. How do they make their 24 hours so good? They are those people who know how to control their minds, and they are those people who work very hard on their bodies. An easy example is Modi ji telling everybody, please do yoga. I'm sure everybody must have heard that. And with that, I end today's speech on this note. For those who want to, refresh their memories on how to breathe, how to practice meditation, for students who are, aiming at getting that big rank. I just heard our city did very, very well in some of the competition exams. I work closely with these students too. And yes, those who need help, kindly give me a call on the number given below. This is Manjoosha Bairathi, your life coach, signing off towards a healthy, happy and smiling life.